Good evening to everyone, all the attendees and my delegates, the panelists who have joined from various organizations. I am Rohit McCurtis, the Vice President of Marketing and Communications in Odex India Solution. And with approval and with the kind assistance from MSC team, we have taken a privilege of giving a small webinar on the subject. And without wasting much of my time, I'd like to introduce the Managing Director and the founder of Odex India Solution, Ms. Liji Nowal. She'll give a small introduction of the panelists who have joined with us and take this conversation ahead. Over to you, Liji ma'am.
Thank you, Rohit. Good afternoon, everyone, and very happy New Year. It's a privilege to introduce this panel, and thank you to the MSC team for enabling this digital initiative for the trade. I today have with me on the panel Mr. Dipak Mehta, the CFO of MSC India.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. I have Ms. Sudha Radhakrishnan, who is the Vice President of Finance at MSC India. Sudha ma'am. I have Mr. Anand Paranjape, who is the founder of the Exim Integrated Club. He has been a champion of all digital initiatives across trade members. I also have with me Anand Sekar, who is the president of the Chennai Custom Broker Association.
Good afternoon.
I have Mr. Rohit Kapoor, who is the member of Exim Integrated Club and also the Delhi Custom Broker.
Hello, everybody.
I have Mr.
Hello.
S. Balaji. Mr. S. Balaji, who is the Joint Secretary, Head of the Steamer Committee. Balaji.
Balaji sir, you have to unmute yourself.
Sorry. Good evening to all. Sorry.
So we are still in the Zoom era, and I think this is very common. We are also hopeful that Mr. Raman from the Delhi Custom Brokers Association, President of the Delhi Custom Brokers Association, will be able to join us. Anand sir, over to you for a brief on the topic, and then I will request the Odex team to give a brief presentation on the digital initiative as a partnership between MSC and Odex, and what are the benefits to the trade. Over to you, Anand.
Thank you, Liji. Thanks, Odex and MSC team. This is a wonderful initiative. And the most important thing from the CB perspective, as a hardcore custom broker, I will say it is free of cost. There are a few other main advantage or benefit which are shared with me. That is, first, it is always listed that it is free via Odex platform. Second is no follow-up is required once the payment is done. It is real-time confirmation. Once we complete the payment process, we'll get the confirmation of successful payment done. Obviously, it will cut down waiting time. No need to pay from differently and update UTR and then chase with the bill of lading number. And invoice and e-payment we're supposed to get across the table. So these all initiatives need real efforts, and thanks to Odex and MSC team jointly, they have decided to start it from the 1st Feb. I just take one more advantage of today's webinar, and I will like to thank and publish that Bombay Custom House Agent Association, Bruhan Mumbai, DCBA, has also taken a wonderful initiative after their follow-ups with all the shipping line. They have just come out with the circular. 17 shipping lines with CSLA and DCBA efforts are agreed for a yearly single bond. So 17 shipping lines come together, has accepted a single bond. Draft copy of the same is shared by DCBA, and congratulations to Tej and entire DCBA team for such a wonderful effort and a result and sharing with all custom brokers. All these last 3 years, we all are discussing about digital platform, and have already adopted it, implemented it, and successfully doing clearance across India. The problem which custom brokers face is not customs nowadays, it is with the shipping line to get the delivery order. In most of the cases, we have come across the case where our bill of entry is processed, customer is on his toes to pay the duty is paid, reflected, out of charge has been taken, and we are not able to take delivery 2 days because of invoicing, payment confirmation, and other related matters to DO. Now this payment through Odex, we are hopeful that going through the entire processes, will come to know it will save our time. It is already free, as I stated many times. So it will save our time, follow-up effort, and I request all those CHAs and members who are joined, please make sure your delivery order team and finance team attend this or address this. I will also further request Swapnil, once your presentation is over, please share the link of this presentation. So if any one of our staff misses this today, because this entire presentation was very short notice, so we can share the link, they can follow and do the processes. So I request Swapnil from Odex to please take over and give the detailed presentation. I request all the members to list out whatever queries, doubts you have in your mind. Please list it. We have MSC people with us and we have Odex people with us to satisfy our queries. Over to you, Swapnil.
Thank you, Anand sir. Thank you, Liji ma'am, and all the dignitary panelists over here, including MSC team and the CCBA, DCBA, EIC team, for giving us an opportunity to, to tell the customers, especially the trade members, about what are the initiatives as a Odex or as a platform we are taking with the help of shipping line, in this case with the MSC. And we just want to make sure that these initiatives should be communicated to each and every trade member, so that they are aware that, okay, these are the things which are happening and they can actually take a benefit out of it. So what I will do, I will quickly run through the presentation where most of the queries that what is this initiative, what are the things which we as a customer need to adhere to it, what are the things which can be reduced from the day-to-day operations, the current way of operations, especially in terms of payment confirmation and all. So all these we will try to cover in this presentation, and post presentation we will focus on the questions, if any, with respect to the payment as well as the DO or invoicing from the members. So give me a moment, I will just share my screen with you. So I hope my screen is visible, Rohit.
Yes, Swapnil. Please.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. So today's topic is mandatory e-invoice payments for imports for MSC. So most of our members who are already using Odex platform knows that what is Odex, but still those who have joined us for the first time, just quickly understand what is Odex. So Odex basically is online document exchange. So it's in India's leading online platform. We focuses majorly on two things. Sorry. Yeah, so we focuses majorly on two things. One is the payment facilitation and the second is the document exchange. So these are the two crucial things which we try to cater from this presentation. And this helps the day-to-day operations from the customer's point of view. Will help to reduce the main important time aspect from the documentation and the payment confirmation point of view. We already know that we have started this platform for the ocean shipping. and currently focusing on the documentation and the payment facilitation from import as well as the export, both the segment. We talking from the ecosystem point of view, just for your reference, that when we started with the shipping lines and the CHA as a stakeholder, but slowly steadily these numbers have grew to this. We have now 100 plus shipping lines who are registered with Odex, who are using the import as well as the export modules. 10 plus port terminals, lot of terminal services which we will cover in the further presentation have also started on Odex. From the freight forwarding point of view, 4,500 plus freight forwarders, BCO's point of view, 15,000 plus exporters and importers, 7,500 plus custom brokers. So these are the stakeholders which are registered with Odex from the overall ecosystem point of view. It's not only about the CHA forwarders or importer exporters, shipping lines, NUSCC and the terminals, but from the different regulations point of view, we have also covered few of the other stakeholders like weighbridge operator, which is very important from the DG shipping regulations of the VGM. As per the SOLA standards, the weighbridge has to be registered, and the payment should be passed through the electronic format. So we are the leading platform in India who have registered 600 plus weighbridges, and our CHA members or the forwarders can get the benefit of this through integrated mode as well. Apart from these stakeholders, we already have 4 plus online trade banks and 70 plus banks and a few lenders. So I will explain whenever we'll come to that specific slide. On an average, Odex try to cover, in fact, it is more than 70,000, but Odex on an average releases approx 80,000 documents from import and export perspective. So this is the ecosystem, just to get an idea that this is the scope of Odex currently catering in India. Okay. Talking from the geographical presence, yes, we started in India, but we have also expanded to the other regions, especially in the Middle East and the West Africa. We are live in UAE region, and we are also live in West Africa, Ghana region. So apart from the UAE and Ghana, we are also live in Bahrain, Kuwait and Qatar, and very soon we are expanding our scope of services in Nigeria too, and other Middle East region too. So this is with the help of trade suggestions, with the help of lines, we are trying to expand it to the majorly on these two areas, West Africa and the Middle East. Now coming to the topic, what are the solutions from the import perspective? Because today's topic is the invoice payments of MSC from the import perspective. So let's focus on the import perspective first. Let's clear out what are the solutions which we provide as a platform, because everyone over here must be knowing that okay, Odex is the platform where we can do the invoice request and payment and get the delivery order for the MSC line or any of the shipping line who are available on Odex. But as a Odex, we also do the manifestation and house bill submission details to the respective shipping line. So these are the things which we want you to make sure that you should be aware that this option is also available, where not only you can submit the house bill details as per the current IGM format, but we have also successfully tested the upcoming regulations, which is now postponed to 1st of June, which is Sea Cargo Manifestation and Transshipment Regulation, SCMT. So we have successfully tested, and the forwarders can now actually use it for the CSN generation and submission to the shipping line as well. So those who are interested can actually get in touch with us post this session for the SCMT testing. So these are the two modules which are less known to the industry that Odex offers. The house bill module or the house bill submission module is what basically you can now submit the house bill details on a single platform. You don't need to send multiple emails to the multiple shipping line. The single screen applicable, all the lines available on Odex. Just fill up the details and submit it to the respective shipping line. This also includes one of the important thing is the CFS nomination. So we have the key carriers in India where this facility of CFS nomination is standardized through Odex platform. So house bill also covers the CFS nomination request as well. You can now nominate your CFS by sending this online request to the line, and then line can confirm it, verified it, and then this auto email notification will come to you, so that you will also be sure that okay, fine, my CFS nomination is confirmed by the line before this IGM process. Apart from this, you already know that these are the three services which we've started the the Odex as a platform: the import invoicing, payments, and delivery order. Now, what are the key benefits of using these key modules on Odex? Why what is the differentiating factor which Odex provides you to use these models. We'll cover one by one in the next slides. Recent addition to our import segment is the two important additions. One is the terminal payments and second is the security deposits. So this is also very less known facts to the industry that Odex has also started the terminal payments. See, Odex as a platform, as a community platform, we want to focus on the end-to-end solution for the CHAs or the forwarders with the help of shipping line. So on one platform, if as a CHA I can get a payment option available for NVOCC, shipping line and forwarders, also with the CFSs, also with the terminal payments, then I am actually reducing my efforts to making payment, maintaining the multiple accounts as a beneficiary for day-to-day transaction. So this is something which is very unique from the Odex platform point of view. So terminal payments, we have started with BMCT terminal in Namashiva. We are also live with the Adani Kattupalli, and very soon we are going to live in Adani other locations as well in India. So this is something which we want to highlight to you. The last part, or the latest addition, I will rather say, is the security deposit. Now, this is very interesting to understand from the CHA point of view that currently the security deposit is something which is happening manually, and the information about this is actually delaying the process in order to get the refund. We have mapped this entire process and on the system, and key carriers are now available with us with a specific location, of course, as of now, to have this unique solution with us. So whoever wants to understand any of these services in detail, so please get in touch with the post session. We will move to the key aspects, that what are the payment process will be there, and what are the payment options available for the MSC, which is which is going to live on 1st of February as a 100% payment. So before that, just to make sure that we offers as a comprehensive toolkit which includes the invoice payment, DO, PCS DO is also available. It's not only about the lines DO payment, but the extension payment can also be mapped through the Odex. So it is a complete solutions. You can actually make the extension payments, and the extension payment confirmation TAT is much higher than the regular DO release TAT. So it is very valuable service the CHA or forwarder can enjoy. Already covered the terminal payments, IGM and SCMTR. Now this is something which is very important. Yes, Rohit.
Sorry to cut you short. You are being little fast. Can you be little slow? Little, okay. Not much, but small.
Okay.
Little bit.
Got it.
Yeah. Thank you.
So so most important part from the CHA point of view is to understand what are the payment options available for us. If any line is making 100% payment through Odex, then is it like, do we need to follow the Odex account? So the answer is, it is added advantage to have the Odex account with us, but then it is not the only option. We have option of online payments. The first option you can see on the screen is online payments, where the net banking facility is already there. So even if you have a bank, your bank, and you want to make a payment through that bank itself, we have, as mentioned in my first slides, we have 70 plus banks mapped in the dropdown. So any of the banks which is available in the dropdown, you just select the bank name, and once you click on that bank name, the system, the Odex system, will redirect you to the bank website, and then you do the normal your login credentials, put the login credentials. As soon as the payment gets confirmed, the system will automatically redirect back to the Odex screen. So this is the facility available for those who want to make payment only through their parent bank. Now the second option is the virtual account network. We call it as a WAN, where this is something very interesting. Now why one should open a WAN? WAN is something which you sign like a PD, but in PD there are two disadvantages. One is you are actually maintaining this PD to this specific entity, but here the WAN is actually available for you to make payments on all the stakeholders available on Odex, be it a shipping line, be it NVOCC, forwarders payment, then your CFS payment, terminal payment. So for all stakeholders payment, the WAN is the only option you can avail. You don't need to maintain multiple periods with the multiple entities. So this is something which will be unique. Second thing, I will cover the most of the WAN benefits in the specific slides which is dedicated to WAN. Moving further to the next option is the UPI option. Currently, we have restricted ourselves to the UPI transaction up to 15,000 rupees of invoices only, 15,000. But we are exploring this option so that it is available for more than invoice of 15,000 as well. And the recent addition to this payment option is Odex Pay Later. Now, what is this Odex Pay Later? We are giving a short-term, fund financing for the trade community, CHs, forwarders, or whoever wants to make a payments. It is with our banking partner, Development Bank of Singapore, who is the Asia's #1 bank. So this is something which is latest addition, and we are getting quite a lot of interest from the trade and lot of inquiries are getting with us. And a lot of other customers, like not only CHs and forwarders, but the end customers are also opting for this facility. We will try to cover this in the separate session itself, because it is something which is very unique. Apart from this payment option, let's focus on what are the invoicing benefits. Okay, because it's not only about 100% payment, but you can also get the invoices directly through the system, Odex system. Now, what is the current practices and what are the benefits using Odex practices? So currently you must be sending an email to the MSC line, and then on the basis of email, those who are not using Odex, of course, must be sending on email. And after getting the email, you must be getting invoices on email. And once you receive the invoices on email, then you process for the payments. Now, what will happen in Odex? First of all, you don't need to maintain the multiple emails for the multiple shipping line. It's a standardized screen where you can just select a shipping line MSC from the drop down, put the PL number, and just select the type of delivery. I will show on the screen, and it's sent. You don't need to send any manual email. Auto email notification will be sent. The second point which is mentioned over there, with the single dashboard, you can track all the invoices with respect to that particular BL. As soon as you enter the BL number, you have an option to integrate with the shipping lines and CFSs. So this can be integrated with the beneficiary as well. And as you are already submitting it through the system, you don't need to send any manual email. The release of the invoices, because once it is sent from your side as a customer, we have certain technical facilities mapped with the shipping line as well, so that the invoice release is faster. This is where the Odex stands as a differentiator as compared to the normal practices of invoicing purpose. From the benefits, from the payments point of view, as Anand sir rightly said in the initial discussion, that yes, it's a real-time payment confirmation. What is happening today? This is a very important thing, because why Odex, why MSC is digitizing this initiative? Because currently you must be submitting this UTR details to the shipping line, to the MSC on email, and then MSC is actually checking whether this UTR is mapped with their accounts or not, whether the fund is credited or not. And on that basis, because it is not in their hand as well, because as per the RBI guidelines, it's a batch-wise process happens at the back end. Until the time this batch gets successfully processed, you are not able to get the payment confirmation. And in order to eliminate all this crucial time in your day-to-day operations, the Odex comes with the real-time payment confirmation. The moment you click on pay and you make the payment of any of the options discussed in the previous slides, the payment confirmation number gets generated. And the same payment confirmation number is actually communicated through automatic email notification to the respective line. In this case, MSC will receive the email confirmation from the system itself, that against this BL number, this is the PMT reference number. Okay, so this is a very important thing. The rest of the benefits are common, like invoicing, or you can single screen tracking using BL. The payment, because it is happening through system, no need to confirm at the backend. Of course, the next process of DO release will be much faster. For CHA, all the payments, if it is through Odex, then you have one single option available in the managerial report segment, where the automatic reconciliation can be helpful for you as well. Okay. Once the payment is done, the receipt is also available on the same dashboard. As soon as you put the BL number, if the line has released the receipt against the payment confirmation, it will be available for you to download the payment receipt as well. Okay, so no need to follow for separately for the receipt also. And the last point, which I have already covered, that multiple payment options are there. Now, this is something which is I was talking about while I was discussing on the van. Uh, the first benefit is the zero balance. I was explaining, I was actually comparing with the PD, where you maintain this PD with the specific entity. But in the PD, if you are maintaining some certain balance, it is difficult to carry forward that balance again back to your parent account. But here in the virtual account, if you deposited, say, for example, 1 lakh of rupees at the start of the day, you plan that, okay, I have 4 DOs for a day and 80,000, 20,000 each one DO. 80,000 you spent in a day. And now at the end of the day, around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you still have 20,000 balance in your virtual account. And you can actually request this van fund back to your parent account, and we will refund it within 1 working day. So this is a zero balance account. Usually people or CHS, those who are already enjoying this van, don't refund it because they have daily transactions line up. But just to inform you that it's a zero balance account, no need to maintain any balance. You get the real-time payment confirmation, one-stop solution for all the payments to all the stakeholders available on Odex. You can actually give this benefits to your end customers, where you can think of stopping the PD which they are maintaining or you are maintaining on their behalf with the different stakeholders. Uh, Reliability. Now, this is important. Why reliability? Ensuring 100%. The key point to mention the figure 100% error free, because it's in the closed environment. It's in the internal environment of Odex, because it's an Odex product. So the payment failure which happens in the case of net banking will not be a case in case of van payment. So it's a completely 100% error free option for you. Those who wants to enjoy this option, they can enjoy this option. And I already covered the refund process. The virtual account, usually it's a free of cost also. We have extended this free of cost van opening option for by another 1 month. So you can actually take this van and enjoy this all benefits which is available on screen. Okay. Now, this is something which I will quickly cover before moving on to the exact screen of the payment process. We have covered the payment options. This is the last payment options available on Odex, along with the net banking, WAN, and UPI. The OPL. OPL stands for the Odex Pay Later. We will try to cover this as a separate topic itself, because we know that there are a lot of issues with respect to this Pay Later program. But just to give you the very brief, that it's a credit line. We are giving a unsecured loan, or we can say collateral free fund facility for our CHS forwarders or any payer in that case, in order to make payments to the shipping line, in this case the MSC line. So currently this is up to 50 lakhs. We are not charging, sorry, we are not asking anyone to share the collaterals with us for the 50 lakhs of limit. This is the facility which we are already started with our banking partner, Development Bank of Singapore. So those who want to know more about this, because all the documentations will be through digital process, you can actually upload the whatever required documents, like the ITR and the balance sheet, and get the eligibility updated by the bank itself. So it is very important that if you are getting this facility, I will request everyone to at least know what is your eligibility in case you require this Odex Pay Later option. Okay. Now, same thing, faster TAT is already covered. Apart, like other payment options, OPL options will also give you the payment confirmation real time. So this is something which can be more explored in the different session. Now, moving on to the last few slides, that as I've already covered, Odex is not only the payment platform for the shipping lines, but it also covers the CFSs. Because why? The lines DO will be available to the CFSs. Now, what is happening? Most of the CHAs are submitting this online DO on email to the respective CFSs. Now, if MSC is releasing the DO, it is already mapped in Odex system who are the CFSs which this DO should be visible. Got it? So this is something which is important. So in that case, you don't need to send any email to the CFSs. You don't need to send any hard copy of the delivery order to the CFSs. From Odex system itself, it is visible to that particular CFSs. Not only the DO, it is also important to understand that the empty letter is also available to the empty yard map with the MSC line or any of the line which is available on Odex. So you don't need to carry the hard copy of empty letter in order to submit it to the empty yard, because at the time of mapping shipping line, we also map the respective CFSs and respective MTRs, so that the end-to-end process for the CHA will be through single platform only. And this is the unique thing why one should use the Odex platform as compared to the normal day-to-day operations. Now, this is something which I have covered from the Odex invoicing payment and MSC initiative, the payment options which are available with the Odex. Now, we will quickly run through in next 5-10 minutes about what is the payment process, how one can actually go and make the payment through Odex. So this is the screen which are not which are available for those who are not known to the Odex system. Those who are already known are already have gone through this screen. So you need to click you need to actually, it's a web-based platform, so it's not a software. You don't need to install anything to your machine. You will put the odexglobal.com in the URL, and you need to click on here, the click on login button, okay, on the top right. As soon as you click on login button, of course, before login, if anyone is new over here, then you need to register, and there is an option for registration of new company. After registration, you will get the one-time password along with the username, and that username and password you need to use for login purpose. As soon as you click on login, this is the screen which will be available. You need to put your user ID and password over here. You need to mention the captcha and click on sign in button. So this is something which will appear as soon as you signed in. Now, in order to make the EDO services, invoicing e-payment to the MSC line, you need to select this particular option, EDO. Select the port location where you want to actually use these services. In case Nhava Sheva, it will be selected as a Nhava Sheva, and click on this arrow. Okay. Once this EDO option is clicked, this is the screen which will appear on your screen. And in the screen, you will be able to see the dashboard. Now, this is the dashboard I was talking about, where the entire BL history, if you see my arrow over here, enter BL number, container number, job number, and EDO details. So you need to enter the BL number over here and run all the respective BL history, when you did the invoice request, when line has released, MSC has released the invoice, when you have done payment to MSC, when MSC has released the DO against your payment and uploaded the receipt against this particular BL. The entire blocks as per the segment wise will be appear over here. Now, talking about what is the invoice request, what is the first step? How do you request an invoice for the MSC? You need to click on this request button on the top panel. If you see, second from the left, as soon as you click on request, the line request pop-up will be there. You need to select a liner request, and on this screen, this is the liner request dashboard, where you will able to see all the history of past 7 days on this dashboard. System will automatically show the last 7 days data over here. If you want any specific criteria to be added, here is the option. You can add it through more option and select this dashboard available for more than 7 days as well. Now, in order to make the request for the new invoice, click on this request new invoice. Very simple screen. As I said, you just need to select the liner name, MSC. You put the BL number. BL location is already selected at the time of login, and you select the type import and type of delivery, whether it is a factory stuff, whether it's a dog stuff, or a DPD in this case. Now you have an option as a CHA. Most of the CHA members or the forwarders are having the job number at their end, and they want to track this entire thing along with the BL number as per the job number as well. So you have a provision to mention the job number also over here, and you need to click on submit button. So that soon as you click on submit button, your invoice request will be sent successfully, and this is the message which will appear on screen. And this point, remember, in Odex, every activity there is an auto email notification. At this point, an email notification will be sent through system to the respective line. You don't need to send any email to the shipping line MSC that, okay, I have sent my invoices, please confirm and release the invoices. The system has automatically sent this for you. As soon as you do this invoice request, you can check on this particular aspects that, okay, fine, this is the dashboard which I was talking about, that I have done the request, and this is where you can able to see on which date. If you put the arrow over here and the actual screen, you will also see the time at what time you have done this request. And these are the blocks which I was talking about. every update will be automatically visible over here. Now, once the MSC releases the invoice, remember one thing, once the MSC releases the invoice, you will also get an auto email notification onto your email ID. So you don't need to sit, because as a platform, we also don't want to be sit in front of Odex 24/7. So on the basis of the email notification only, you can actually come to the Odex, log into Odex, and then see the invoice which is released by the MSC. In this case, MSC has released this particular invoices. You can see, select this particular BL, and you can click on view button to view the invoices. And if everything is okay as per you, the invoice amount and charges, then you have a button of pay on the same screen itself. So this is another important thing. You don't need to toggle multiple screens. You don't need to log into the multiple banks website. From the screen of invoice, you can actually make payment against that invoice. And as soon as you click on pay, this is the confirmations which you will receive. Pay to MSC Navasheva. Important thing, if it is, I know most of the lines, especially talking about the MSC lines, if TDS is applicable, you have option to make the TDS amount over here. And if not, then you can just skip it and click on continue button. Okay, so this is the button. Once you can click on continue the confirmation, this is the last page which will be there. After the payment confirmation, you will be directed to select the payment option which I was talking about in my previous slides, that which option you want to do. Banking, you have a net banking, you have a card, you have UPI option, as I was talking about. As soon as you click select the net banking and you select, say for example, Axis Bank, you can select multiple. You will see the 70 plus banks drop down in this when you click on this arrow, and you can select your bank, whichever bank you have. And as soon as you select the bank and click on pay, this screen will be automatically redirect to the Axis Bank website. In this case, we have selected Axis Bank, so it will redirect to the Axis Bank website. And the second option which I was talking about is the virtual account. As soon as you select virtual account, you will be able to see the virtual account balance available into your virtual account, and then you can make a payment. Okay, in your case, MSC has this initiative of 100% payment, and Odex does offering you the free services. So Odex service charges will be 0 over here. So there will be no fees towards Odex payment, payment to MSC through Odex. Okay, so this is another a good factor for you to explore this option. This is the payment confirmation screen which you will see, and this is the payment reference number which I was talking about. See, payment number, this is the payment number which will be generated through the system, and the same payment reference number will be available to the MSC as well against the particular BL number. Now this is what the payment part, we covered the payment part. You can actually track your payment, whether my payment is confirmed or not. So no need to do that with the follow-up with the shipping line. You can actually come to the Odex. You can select this payment module, click on track payments module, and just select the BL number, whichever BL number you have entered over, mention the BL number and see the payment number over here. Okay, so all these bank details along with the payment reference number, payment date, user ID, mobile ID, everything is mapped over here. So you can get the confirmation report available on the Odex system itself. The last part to the presentation is after making payment, there is a DO request process, where what we have done is, this is something which you need to understand, that DO request in case of MSC payment will be automatically through system. We will try to capture the required documents at the time of invoice request itself. And this is something which I'm again explaining for those who are new, who are not known to the screen. So you can actually do the DO request, and this is the screen which will be auto-populated with the details, because it's 100% payment. So all these details will be auto-populated, and your request will be sent to the MSC line. And this is the final confirmation message that document have been added successfully. So these were the import solutions, and we were mainly focusing on these import solutions about the invoicing and payments. And through these options, you can do the multiple payment options. You can do the MSC invoice payment. completing my presentation with quickly focusing on the export solutions, just to make sure that these are the services available on Odex. So Odex is not only for Form 13 and BGM. So we have these modules as well. Container release order, standardized platform where you can actually make the empty container request to the shipping line. One single screen applicable for the lines available on Odex for this model. And just same thing, the email notification will be automatic, no need to manually send an email. Shipping bill, you are already aware that most of the CHs are already submitting shipping bill through Odex. Yeah, export manifest, as I was explaining about the import manifest, similarly the export manifest details can be also submitted for the EGM purpose through Odex platform. In SCMT also we have covered the export segment as well. So repeating myself, those who want to already register under SCMT can actually get in touch with us for the SCMT testing for CSN generation and CSN submission. Rest I've already covered. Invoicing payment, we have already started export payment as well for MSC, again with carrier, with the other carriers as well. And the last three parts, for which we actually known for the export segment, that WeBridge integration, VGM submission, and the Form 13 or the Gate Pass submission. So this is something which we have made available for our CHA community. Thank you so much for your kind patience, and hope I have covered the key aspects of invoicing payment process and payment options available. So any queries, we are happy to share more information on this. Over to Liji ma'am or Rohit. Yes, Rohit.
Yeah, thank you very much for a brief presentation, Swapnil. And I would request Anand sir to start the moderation and seek for the question and answer. Anand sir? Yeah.
Thank you very much, Swapnil. Though it was a 2020 match today, you were very fast. And that's why I requested at the start only, please share this. Lot many people are asking same on YouTube. Now let's go to the question answers.
So sorry, sir. If anything you need more clarity, definitely will be taken care of, sir.
Yeah, sure. Any question answers from the panel member first? Rohit? Any question?
I think it was all clear. It was very fast, but it was all clear, very, very nicely explained.
Yeah, it was very clear, nicely explained.
Yeah, Rohit, most of the people are very clear about the payment you have to do online or using all the. Yeah, most of the people are very clear about the payment processes.
Any remarks from Dipak sir on this? Sudha ma'am, Dipak sir, if you want to add anything?
No, I think we just need to thank Swapnil, Liji ma'am, and the whole Odex team for covering, all the aspects. So at least we are very, very clear, and I'm sure all the trade members, the committee of trade members will pass on to the respective members. So we jointly look forward to make it more successful. That's all. Yeah.
Thank you, Dipak sir.
Thank you, sir.
As far as from my concern, it is this initiatives appear to be a good one, and as far as the payment confirmation concern, as and when the payment successful, it is nothing but confirmed by the payment. That is what the speech was. So that is a very good move. Once the payment successful, it is nothing but has been confirmed. The payment has been received by the liners MSC. That is what I understand. So that is very good. If that is the case, that is a very good move. And instead of in place of VTR and BL, that they are sending details. As and when the payment had a successful confirmation, that will reduce the maximum timing and issuance of delivery order. My only suggestion to the Odex is, since it is mandatory through as a MSC, please ensure and see that there won't be any server down from your part, because since we are relying upon the entire payment through your line, and you see that since holiday basis you're going to do. So please ensure and assure that your server capacity and the server, technical side, everything in sound manner, so that it will be done without any issue. And from the secure request to the MSC, where this is not regular, rarest cases. At any point of time, in case there is issue in technical part, we don't expect. Let us pray for going good this thing. And in case abnormal, anything can happen at any time. Then we have to expect. It is time they have to give an alternate payment link to avoid delay. In case this is not in case. It's only suggestion from my side. Thank you.
No, sure. If any such contingency comes, definitely we'll work out some alternate plan. So all our importers do not really, sort of get delayed. Yeah. Well noted, sir.
Thank you.
There was one question related to GST effect for the payment. Whether if some CH has made payment on behalf of his customer, GST credit can be taken by the importer or not.
It can be taken by the importer, sir. Liji here. So the invoice still remains of MSC. We are just a pass-through platform. So very much like the CFA is paying on behalf of the importer, Odex is just facilitating a platform. The invoice remains of MSC, GST as well as TDS will continue as the process is. Importer can claim GST credit, and I believe a lot of times TDS is not applicable, but where applicable, TDS will be deducted and MSC will be claiming the TDS benefit on that. So.
And the GST number will be also added in our MSC SA invoice, so it can be always linked.
There was one again question, Odex service charges applicable or not, but it is very clear from first line of presentation that it is free. So I will take this question and reply. There are no charges. Even when Swapnil has shown the process of payment, he has clearly shown that service charges of Odex appear as 00 for DO processing of MSC. Other lines you can get in touch with, and those charges will be applicable. For MSC, they have done this free.
Just to add, Mr. Anand, the brunt we will be bearing of the charges from Odex.
Yes, sir. So it is an MSC initiative, and MSC has done this to ensure that digitization is complete for all their customers. They have always been the leaders, sir. Today, they are also the largest shipping line. So I think...
Let us hope like MSC, other liners also come forward.
Sir, we will pray, sir. Definitely, sir.
Sir, and one more thing. Sir, some of the importers are not willing to pay through other web link like Odex. They are willing to pay through only their bank or government portal only. What is the alternative for them?
Sir, all banks, net banking is enabled on Odex. So they can actually choose
how they can, they have to register again, no? Based on the registration, because CB has given a request. Okay, how they can view that bill? How they can pay the amount?
Sir, they don't have to register again, because today all the invoices are released on Odex. So there's a GST matching that is done, and the importer can access their invoices on Odex. When they click pay, it actually will take them to their own net banking page. So they don't have to register again.
Oh. So no need to log in or registration, anything?
Login will be required, but that my team is there to confirm on that, sir. Absolutely. So we will give you a dedicated ID as well as a team which will take care only of the MSC import payments in Odex.
MSC has to circulate everyone to the importer.
Yes, yes, sir.
Importers can do
Yes,
direct.
we will circulate, sir, and we will give those details immediately, sir. So, Swapnil, Rohit, I think after this, when you're sending the collaterals, please add the details of the MSC specific team so that
Sure, sure,
we will
Sure,
get in
sure.
touch.
Yes, ma'am.
sure.
Yeah, there is one more question. This is related to security deposit. How the security deposit will be paid and how it will be refunded. I think this is another topic altogether, right?
So
Yes, yeah.
yes,
True.
yeah. So we will try to cover this in this separate session, sir, because this is a completely new module which we have introduced for the
Right.
industry, and we would like to give a detailed understanding on this rather than handling a bit in bits and pieces. So we will also try to have another session for this same, sir.
Then overall there is a good response, and since there are no charges, we are going to cut down our follow-up time. Payment confirmation will be a real-time basis. So this is going to be very beneficial, but I will request MSC and Odex to issue a jointly circular or notice for importers as well as custom brokers, because from the COVID time, most of the importers are also paying directly. Since a custom broker is now requesting importers to pay directly for the most of the charges, though they are part of helping them in complete the process. I will request to have a joint circular or detailed email from both of you. And Rohit has joined us from Delhi. So Rohit, any specific requirement from Delhi side? Because JNPT, most of the things from our side, JNPT, Pune, Aurangabad, or rather Maharashtra, I will say, where we use port of discharge as JNPT, we are very much streamlined about this. Do you facing any separate problems for this DO in Delhi, and obviously with Cochin also?
I don't think we are facing much of the problems in Delhi regarding Odex. Most of the people are very happy. Only concern sometimes remains is that, sometimes your online persons are not there, assistance is not there. So how to go for it? That is what sometimes people do ask for it. Not much of the things are there.
So, hi, sir, Swapnil here. So, what we'll do, we will also share the support credentials along with the numbers, email ID. Okay, and one more thing which we would like to also add over here, that this is the presentation which we were giving, but the user manual of each and every step of every module in Odex is available onto the Odex system itself. It is available for every user's under every user's login, so they can actually refer the user manuals before raising the queries to the support team. Okay, and to answer your question, yes, we will definitely share the dedicated email ID of support and the communication number, and make sure that this support ticket can be raised, and accordingly we can handle those queries, sir.
I would just like to add further to Rohit's point. Probably you can add the escalation reference also. Sometime, for maybe XYZ reasons, support team are not able to really take it forward. So then escalation metrics are, away to importers.
Sure, sir.
There is one question to MSC. Probably I'll like Dipak sir to address it. Why is this mandatory?
If you see now, as India also is moving towards the digitalization, and after our long research, what we have found is that the importers are always looking forward to have as early as the delivery issuance. So this is the only solution where we could find. And as an importer, they would have the advantages of various stages, starting with issuance of the EDO, Form 13, etc. file. So it is better that all route through one channel, and the outside the time loss is almost minimum. And again, as Liji ma'am said, that it is linked banks, which anyway the net banking RTGS are going to happen. So since it is going to be a one house package and without any charge, we felt that we should really bring it to awareness of the importers and start with that.
Thank you, sir. Swapnil, there is one more confusion again, which you need to clear.
Yes, sir.
That all the payment modes available. It need to be clear again what all payment modes are available to do the payment.
Okay. So there are 4 payment options or payment mode available on Odex. One is the net banking, because the most used method or the mode where the customer can select the banks if it is available on Odex platform out of 70 banks we have, and he can use the net banking option. The second option is the virtual account option, which is very useful and very reliable as compared to the net banking option. So we recommend this option for all the payers to have a smooth experience of payment transaction, where you need to maintain a certain balance in the virtual account and the payment can be made against those balances. And then the remaining balance, if you want back to your parent account, it will be refunded within 1 working day after sending an email. And third option is UPI, or you can say UPI option, where you can actually make payments. We are currently restricted the amount to 15,000 rupees, 15 invoice capability, and we are trying to extend this third option as well, where we can cater more amount of invoices. The fourth option, which is the latest addition, is the Odex Pay Later, where we provide the short-term credit to the trade members, which is the collateral free unsecured loan up to 50 lakhs. This is the facility which we have come up with our banking partner, which we have recently developed a banking partnership with the Development Bank of Singapore, which is Asia's #1 bank. So what is this Odex Pay Later option? Like security deposit, we will also have a separate session on this Odex Pay Later, the fourth option for payment as well.
One more, Swapnil, we also accept credit cards to some limit.
Correct.
Depending on certain regulatory framework, we also accept credit cards, and like UPI and credit cards go hand in hand. So,
yeah. Anand sir, just one thing which you would like to add from the payment perspective. There is some question in the chat box where somebody is asking that if we are owners who are not present at the office while making payment done through mobile banking, so how does this can be solved? So as we said, that Odex is not a software. You don't need to install anything to your machine. It's a web-based portal. The same way using Amazon or Google, it's the same way you can use the Odex for the payment. And if you have a maker checker where somebody is initiating and you as a owner or director are approving, so that mechanism is also mapped on Odex. All the payment options, whichever options I've told, all the payment options, this maker checker is available. And importantly, if you use the Odex WAN or the Odex Pay Later, the OTP which will be sent to the mobile as well, so you can actually access through mobile itself for the OTP sharing purpose, and the payment cannot be hold because of the payment confirmation. You can actually do the smooth transaction in maker checker as well, along with the single flow option. So that is something which I would like to highlight over here.
In short, sir, you have a control on the payments.
One more thing which I will like to ask from all the trade on behalf of trade, are the invoices which we are going to get after the payment are digitally signed one?
In case of MSC, I think the final invoices only we are releasing. Correct me, Dipak sir, correct me if I'm wrong. Because the final invoices
Yeah, you're right. It's all digitally signed invoice with GST compliance. So as an importer, they will get the digitally signed. No worry, Anandji. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be clarified to all the custom brokers, especially that is digitally signed. All importers are going to get their GST benefit. There is no doubt about it. I hope we have covered all the questions and aspects. I will like definitely one last line from all the panel member. Just if they want to add anything, suggestion or any other doubt, question. So I will start with Balaji sir. A last line.
Mr. Anand,
Yeah.
I have one doubt. Is there any plan to collect the document on behalf of other liners? Because it will helpful to members, no?
Very, very good point, sir. So, ma'am, you would like to say something?
Sir, thank you for bringing it up.
Earlier, Odex people are submitted. That is why
So
I'm asking.
we tried. I think we are still working on it, sir.
Here
So
the
in other
customs you can
countries,
put on office and collect the documents. Based on that, they can release it immediately. No, that is also one of.
sir, in other countries, we are piloting an electronic solution with a drop-off kiosk. My plan is that if that is successful there, we will replicate in India for sure, sir.
Okay.
But I think we still have some. I would like to see a time when there is no physical documents, sir. And I think Mr. Mehta will definitely agree that that is also their plan. So MSC has also been the forefront in terms of introducing EBL. So I hope we see less and less
Sure.
of physical
Because
documents.
container bond and all, we have to submit, no?
Yes.
Yearly bond, we have to submit directly to the MSC line.
Yes, sir.
That is why I'm asking.
So we'll definitely, sir. It's,
That will be a next stage, sir. Next stage, yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Requirement, it was a request made by us to shipping lines from Exim Integrated Club. Why don't you start accepting digitally signed yearly bond? Why physical bond is required? Once digitally signed invoices are accepted for GST, why digitally signed bonds are not accepted? Let the importer come sign digitally and submit directly with you on your portal. So I will again Odex to work on this front, because this will cut down again entire physical running around for signature verifications. And digitally bond will help again importers and custom brokers to cut down their efforts.
Yes.
correct, sir. I think Swapnil,
Any line from? Yeah, ma'am, please.
sir, any
Yeah,
line
Liji,
that
ma'am.
is willing to do a pilot, definitely, sir, we will take this up, sir.
Today I thank DCBA and even their circular MSC name appear first for the common bond. Today MSC has already tried you. So Dipak sir and Sudha ma'am, you can think about this digitally sign acceptance of yearly bond at least.
Sure. Sure. We'll check up with our documentation head. Sure.
Yeah, Rohit ji.
I will just say congratulations and best wishes.
Thank you very much, Rohit ji. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Dipak.
Right.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Swapnil.
you.
Right. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Mr. Anand.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Liji.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
And
Yeah, Anand,
every
sir.
very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you to the audience. Have a nice day.
Right.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, so Anand sir, we can conclude this now. I think most of the panelists have already left, not an issue. So we have around 65 attendees. So thank you very much, all the attendees, for attending this. And we'd like to close this session by a thank you note to everyone and all the best. From 1st Feb, you are going to receive the free payments via Odex. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dipak sir.
Okay. Okay, Rohit ji. Yeah.
Yeah. So they can follow the steps. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
ma'am. Again,
Thank you,
Dipak
Thank
sir.
you, Dipak sir.
Thank you, Anand ji, for your time, valuable time. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Thank you.
Always welcome. Bye-bye.